Hey, what's up guys, it's Rich and welcome back to another video. Today you watch me play some Advanced Warfare, of course. I'm using the ASM1 and things may seem a little bit standard, but I'm actually showcasing a pretty fun streak setup that I found that you can use in this game, and it is to do with the remote turret. Now when this game came out, I saw the remote turret, I saw the score streaks that you can use in this game, wasn't really too impressed with them, and I decided to use the remote turret as one of my standard streaks because I enjoyed using the sentry gun in Black Ops 2, especially towards the end of that game's life cycle, where I was only recording the Rose Commander. I think it was one of my most used streaks, but I realised after, like, it took me about a day or two to realise, because I'm not the most observant of people, but it took me a few days to realise that you needed to actually customise your turret so it could be controlled by the computer and actually act as a sentry gun. And I didn't realise this. I thought it was terrible because it wasn't getting me any kills, but really it was just pointless because it was just, you know, standing still with its barrel pointing towards the floor. The only thing it was useful for was the enemies, so they could kill it and get a few points for it. But actually I found out recently that you can detach the turret from, you know, the stand, and you can walk around with it, and I didn't realise that recently. I realised that about the same time that I realised that you need to customise it to make it an actual sentry gun, but I dismissed it. I didn't want to try it out because in my head I was thinking Halo 3, where you could detach like the Warthog turret and stuff. You're really powerful, but you're kind of slow, and on a game where, you know, you need to move around a lot, it's probably not the best of ideas. And I also had the death machine in mind as well from Black Ops 2. Yes, it was powerful, but it didn't really last too long. You were kind of slow compared to everything, and if you sprinted, you were pretty much dead in every situation because of how long it takes to zoom in with this weapon. Now, I was completely wrong about the one in Advanced Warfare. You're watching me use a detachable turret. I'm using the directed energy one in this gameplay, and I died on like a 23 or something because I walked straight past this guy that's in the corner. And another interesting thing about this is that you can use it in 3 different variations. The first one that you watched there was the best one in my opinion, which is the directed energy. It makes it like the laser weapons in the heavy weapons category. The one you're watching at the moment is the rocket one, but that only comes with 6 rockets, so it's almost like a war machine with less ammo. It's kind of pointless, and I only really used it this once, and then I kind of swapped back. And the last one is a worse version of the laser one. It's just the standard turret with no customization on it in terms of which kind of bullets it fires. So it's like a standard sentry gun that fires actual real bullets, and I had kind of, I thought it glitched out. It wouldn't let me detach any of my sentry guns, but it turns out that if you detach it, it becomes a kill streak in the slot that you get for like reinforcements and care package score streaks and stuff. So for this entire game, I didn't even realize that's the reason I couldn't even call it in. But the best setup that I found, you'll be able to see some gameplay from it here in a second, is if you use directed energy with a submachine gun class or a shotgun class, because you actually run as quickly as you do with your primary weapon. So if you're using a heavy weapon and you use the detachable turret, you run kind of slow, and if you use a sub, you run kind of quickly, which is perfect because having a weapon like this is usually limited by its like movement and how fast you walk around and stuff. And if you combine that with gun code, which is amazing with this because you don't have to zoom in, and, you know, trying to go from sprinting to shooting with this thing is actually really painful sometimes. So combine it with gun code, which is a perk I don't often use because it has that kind of weird zoom in glitch you can see here in a second when I start sprinting with the ASM1. Kind of does it in 2 steps, and it kind of stutters halfway through. There, you saw that in that gunfight. I really don't like that, so I don't often use gun code, but it's a perfect perk if you want to use it in this class setup. And with the sentry gun in this game, or the remote turret, you can also use support, which means that it goes through life. It's like the support package from Modern Warfare 3, where it didn't matter if you die, the streak points are still carried on to the next you know, life. So you can earn like 3 or 4 a game guaranteed if you rush the objective and stuff, which is always nice to have in things like Dom, where you get these point rewards from the flags, but you often die on the flags as well. So it's nice to have that, but it costs 600, so it's, I don't know, it's kind of like a toss-up whether or not it's worth it or not. Some games it'll be better to have it on, and some games it won't be better, so you're not really sure which one to go for. But generally I didn't use it, especially towards the end, because it was the same amount of points as a UAV with threat detection. It was like 750 points, which isn't that many points considering you get 200 for free at the start of each round, and you just got to get a few more kills, I guess, and then you've got it. So combine it with lightweight, a submachine gun class, gun co, direct energy, and rippable, and you are a walking sentry gun with, you know, still really good movement speed and stuff. and you can take out a load of enemies. This game that you're watching right now, I got 14 captures using this setup, a lot of which I was defending myself and my teammates with. This thing, you can see, you can just outplay people. It's better than the laser guns that you can get in the heavy weapons category, and it's lighter, so it's, you know, it's a perfect combination. But anyway, before this video properly comes to an end, I've got one last tip, and that is that this weapon setup, or score streak setup I guess it is actually pretty useful in kill confirm, because if you think about it, if you're playing TDM or Dom, you're getting 100 points for a kill with your weapon, and 25 points with this, you know, the detachable turret. So you're getting a quarter of the points for each kill. If you go to kill confirmed, you're getting 25 points for each kill still, but they drop a tag which you can then collect for 50 points, or let your teammates collect for 50 points, and you get a potential 75 point kill every time. So that's a nice way to build up some streaks with this thing as well. But there you go, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you found it enjoyable and or helpful. If you did, leave a like rating, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all another time with another video. Bye.